Hello, this is the week 5 reflection for ED 645. This week is Thanksgiving week, so I only had one day in the classroom. So rather than talking about my experiences in the classroom, which is what I've talked about for the last several videos, today I'm going to talk about what we were learning about in class this week. This week in class we were looking at different technology tools that could be used to assess students' learning. Because of my personal preferences, I am obviously really big into technology. I think that it is a great way to enhance and enrich learning. I really enjoy when I get to create a lesson that revolves around the use of technology, and although I haven't been able to have the experience yet, I would like to be able to use something like Plickers or Kahoot. But as of now, we haven't been able to do very much of that in the classroom because a lot of those technology tools require students to have the use of their own personal technology device. And while most of my students have smartphones, not all of them do. In addition to each student not being able to have access to their own mobile technology device, it's also a little bit complicated at times trying to get them on computers. There are laptop carts in the school, and typically we have one in the classroom, but the problem is that not every laptop on that cart works. There is actually a list on top of the cart of the not working laptops, and so what that means is even with a class of 15 students, which is a very small class size, we're still not able to give every student a laptop. So a lot of times when they use that laptop cart, they're doing group work where they both work from the same laptop. If I want them each to have their own computer, if for instance, I gave them a project where they each had to research their own articles for a project, they have to go down to the computer lab, and that's something that you have to schedule in advance, and it kind of messes with the classroom flow a little bit because you have to move them out of the classroom. So it's been a little bit frustrating to figure out how to incorporate these tools in lessons in ways that are efficient and not just for the sake of using the technology. While I love technology, obviously I am creating video blogs for the internet, I don't feel like technology should be used just for the sake of using technology. I feel like it should be something that does enrich the instruction and there's a point to it. The other thing that I've noticed is that some of my students aren't as into using technology as even I am. I've had a couple students, one in particular, say to me that they are not as comfortable using technology, that they would rather submit an assignment that they have filled out on a piece of paper than to complete it on a Google document and send it in as an email. So I think that there are a lot of challenges for using technology in the classroom, but I think that there are so many ways that technology can be good. And so the ways that we do use technology in the classroom, we will use technology for presentations that we are providing the students. My students watch a lot of BrainPop videos where they see an animation of a topic and then they are able to answer questions at the end as a class. We try to do that a lot. We try to do class-wide activities with technology so that they can see some of the stuff and they can get exposure to that technology. But I would really rather have a classroom where they could be hands-on with technology as much as possible. But we're just not at the place yet where we can do that. I did observe a classroom last year where the teacher had obtained a grant for a classroom set of iPads. And that was absolutely fantastic. It was a 7th grade classroom and they were able to use the iPads to film things that they were doing and take pictures and use that as part of projects, and they did little animations on the iPads. It was absolutely fantastic, and if I could ever get to the point where I was able to get a grant like that, or I was working in a classroom where there was a class set of iPads or some sort of mobile technology, I feel like my lessons would be much different. But unfortunately, in the circumstance where I am right now, it is not as feasible to use that individualized technology for assessment. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to take a little bit more time to think about how I can utilize these tools in the classroom that I have and keep them on the back burner for when I get into a classroom where it's more feasible. Great. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, and I'll see you later.